Today I'll be talking about how to decide where to study abroad. And first, before you even take that decision or try to pick what country, I want you to make sure that your program, your university, your major, whatever it is, offers that country. That's really important. I've had so many students come up to me when I used to volunteer for study abroad, telling me like, oh, they've been thinking so hard about what country they want to go to, where they think they could fit best, all that stuff, these hard decisions. And then, I think to myself, I don't even think we offer that country. And I asked, did you check if your major or if we offer as a school that country? And a lot of times they didn't even check. So that makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, once you have the options narrowed down. If I had all the countries in the world available to me to study abroad, I think it would have been a really hard decision. So sometimes narrowing it down makes it actually a lot easier, and you can just kind of pick from that. So yeah, before I really even get into the video, I just want to make sure you know that that country is offered, or the choices that you're picking from are offered. Second thing that I just want to say also before we really get into the real part of the video is that you have to make sure if it's a Southern Hemisphere country that you know that, and you know what months are summer and what months are winter there. So if you live up in the Northern Hemisphere and you're thinking of going to Australia in the summer, you're not going in July, you're going in December to February kind of thing. That's summer there. Or Argentina, or the other way around. If you live in the Southern Hemisphere going north, it's just the other way around. So just keep that in mind so that you don't pack your beach clothes when it's actually winter, wherever you're going. Or other way around, packing all your winter clothes and it's hot. Now for the actual decision process. Once you've determined what countries are available to you with your program, once you realize what hemisphere you're in, all that stuff, then it comes to the actual choices. And while I can tell you a million things, I could tell you a bunch of different ideas for a bunch of different places, I think the most important thing that I want you to take from this video is that it's all up to you and what you think. And while that might sound really obvious and like I didn't tell you anything,
well, now we have a firm grasp of the obvious.
I think it's actually a lot harder to realize that than you may realize. The thing is, everyone has opinions on everything. So when you're trying to figure out what country you want to go to, you might be asking people, you might be looking up articles online, you might be watching YouTube videos like this. But the thing is, everyone has their personal opinion as to why they liked whatever they like. For example, I really had a great time in Sweden. I was in a small city in Sweden and I really had a great time. It was really unique for me, really special. There's a lot of reasons for that. Partly because of the actual country. Sweden is a lovely country, but a lot of it had to do with the friends I made, the program, the type of stuff I did, how adventurous I chose to be. All this stuff played major factors, in my opinion, bigger factors than the actual country itself. So I'm not going to tell every single person in the world to study abroad in Sweden because, I may suggest it, or I might think if they ask me about it, I'll tell them, oh, I had a great time there. But I'm not going to impose it on other people because I had a great time there because of my situation. I don't want everyone to think that just because you go, you'll have the exact same experience that I did. And I'm well aware of that. If you ask anyone where you should go, you'll probably just get what they thought was great for them or what they might think is great for you. But still, it's their opinion. And there's really nothing wrong with the idea of getting multiple opinions. I think that's actually a great thing. It helps you make more wise decisions. But it's only good if you can kind of merge that with your opinions and make a better decision instead of letting it override what you think and your personal intuition. And I feel strongly about this because I was actually able to study abroad twice in different places, very different places. So if I were to tell you where I studied abroad, one of which was a small city in Sweden, almost like a town, and the other was a beach city in Australia, right near Sydney, basically inside Sydney, kind of. It's called Manly. It's a really cool place, really beautiful. If I had to compare, or if I had the chance to do them over again and only pick one, and I would ask other people's opinions, I think 90 out of 100 people would say Australia. But when I think about it, it was much closer to 50-50 when I think of experiences. I think actually Sweden was much more unique for me and special. I still had an amazing time, and it helped me appreciate my other experience even more, I believe. So the point of all that kind of rambling is just to show you that the experience is your own. It's not anyone else's. And that's what you should take into consideration first. So if there's somewhere that's offered for you that's kind of weird, there's a country maybe that not everyone would pick, but to you it seems somewhere like, oh, I've always thought that'd be cool, or just kind of makes you feel a certain way, I think that's something you should just go for and do. It's all about you. But if you talk to enough people, sometimes they'll make you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't really pick that. Maybe I should go to a more popular country that's more well known because that's what everyone does and that's what looks cool on Instagram. And it also goes the other way around. I mean, if sometimes people like to pick the more unique countries, then you think, no, I've always wanted to go to France my whole life. No, I've always wanted to go to England my whole life. Like more popular choices in the sense of study abroad. Although, again, the cities inside of the countries can really vary. Like, do that. Like, don't worry about what other people think. It's about your time, year 6 months, year 4 months, whatever it is, a year in that country. So like, take that first because it's no one else's experience. That's my message for this video. So I apologize if you're hoping for like a list of 5 countries you should go to or something like that, but that's kind of counterintuitive to this video. And the last thing I want you to keep in mind with this is that you're looking for somewhere that you want to live, not vacation. So this is going to be a living time. You're going to be paying rent, you're going to be living in a place, you're going to go in the grocery store, that kind of stuff. It's not going to be like the vacations maybe you've done in the past. So keep that in mind also when you're making the decision. That's all I have to say today about this video. I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something or almost that I could help you maybe make the decision process more linear. That's really the goal of this, making it easier, less stressful. There's a lot more details that I could talk about and be specific with when it comes to this topic, but I think overall to start off with is a pretty good way to look at it. All right, well, thanks for watching and hope you have a nice day. You get there packing your beach clothes and it's